Hi everybody, here we are at TT 2026. I am Dean Harrison, Honda Racing UK rider and Carole Nash ambassador, and here we are to check out my 3 racing bikes for this year. So this is the bike that was specifically built, my Superbike for this year's TT, requested sort of by me from what I'd learnt in the previous years, and the differences are from the super stock, let's say. There's not actually a massive amount to report. I've got some slightly stronger front brake calipers. I've got a different master cylinder, so the front braking system is slightly different. I'll be honest, the stopping power of the super stock bike, they're actually quite good. The advantage of the bigger brakes is slightly more braking force and consistency. The slightly better Brembos do give us a bit more consistency with the bike, to be honest with you. But there's still, the standard brakes on the bike are actually quite good. There's not a whole big difference. I think at short circuit racing, the Brembos here would become a lot more apparent because of the heat. Whereas the TT, with the straights being so long, they get so much time to cool down, you never suffer with brake fade. Because they're always cool, whereas at a short circuit, somewhere like Donington, with the corners being so close together, you end up just heating the brakes all the time. That's where the advantage of these would become a little bit stronger. All the forks, the yokes, the swinging arm, the standard link is all identical to the super stock bike. And the gearbox is all identical, which means all of the data I get from this bike, I can put on this bike, and everything's really transferable. I have a slightly different quick shifter. This is a HRC quick shifter, whereas on the super stock bike, for the rules, we have to run a standard one. Believe it or not, the shifts are identical on time-wise because we're running exactly the same electronics on both bikes. They both have Honda's HRC electronics. The shifter just gives me a more positive lever under my foot, whereas the road bike one's a little bit softer to make it an easier ride on your road bike. Plus, when you're on a Honda, everything has to be perfect. And I have a slightly stronger Honda Superbike engine in it, which helps with a little bit of speed. Apart from that, there's not a lot to report, which actually sounds really, really boring. But I've done it. Oh, sorry, one more thing. We have a bigger radiator and a bigger oil cooler. And we do that because the Superbike engine creates a little bit more power, it creates a bit more heat. So when you come into the pit stops and turn the bike off, you get what you call heat soak. So the bigger radiator just brings a bit of the heat away from the engine, then it allows it to start a little bit easier once you fill the tank. So apart from that, it's identical. And the reason behind is so, number one, we're racing on a road. The Honda road bike is built to go on the road, and it seems to work really well, so that's sort of what I stuck with and I've sort of gone forward with. The Supersport bike is here. We're going to switch around and have a look at this. The only difference between this bike, this is actually the bike I race at British Supersport, it's identical. The only thing that we change is the tank. As you can see here, we've got a little bit added on the back of the tank just for extra fuel. Because the BSB, we don't suffer with shorter fuel. We're here to do 2 laps. We have to carry, I think the limit's, lads, is the limit 22 or 24 litres for Supersport? 22. Is it 22 for Supersport? Yeah. So, there we go, I didn't actually know that. A bit of inside info. So basically the rules are for Supersport, we're allowed 22 litres. We're allowed 24 litres on the Superstock Superbike. So them 2 tanks are identical. This one, the Supersport, is 2 litres smaller. But for BSB, we just use a standard tank because there's no issues with shortage of fuel, whereas a TT, we have to extend the back here and a bit up the top just to carry that little bit more capacity. Apart from that, I will be honest with you, we changed the gearing for a bit longer, for a bit more top speed, and this is exactly the same bike as I raced at Donington Park. This is the bike. So there's not really a lot to report on this one because it's exactly the same. The biggest thing jumping 600 to Superstock to Superbike is braking markers. Like when you've rode them 2 one night and you jump across onto this one, it takes me a lap to get the braking markers right. I almost have to make a mental note in my head of where I braked, and I always go, well, that was too early. Then I know next lap, right, go a little bit further and a little bit further. You have to calibrate corner speeds and things like that all the time, so it's always evolving permanently.
How do you recalibrate your brain to kind of relax, I suppose?
No, I know what you mean actually, yeah, because you've been in a high for so long, it does take you a few days to sort of settle back down a little bit, but it's nice to have a bit of peace and quiet because it's that full on the TT for 2 weeks. You never really get a lot of time off, it's just full gas the whole time. So I almost get a bit of a week off and then it's straight to Knockhill, I think, the next round. So we're constantly on the go, so we don't get too long to sit and relax.
You don't have too much to think about it.
No, that's it, exactly. So as soon as we've got a couple of days off, we're always getting his mind into the next job and sort of getting ready for that.